couple of years ago, we took this trail in the Beaverhood Mountains up to Darkhorse Lake. We were not able to stay for very long, so it was always on our checklist to come back and camp at this lake. That whole day, I think we saw one other vehicle, and so we just kind of knew it's not a place where a lot of people go. All of us were coming from different places at different times, and we were trying to meet up there at a similar time, and we ended up being about an hour apart. Our family does this all the time, where we can set a location even all the way across the country and manage to show up around the same time. Within an hour or so, we all show up, and in this case, that meant Sean and Caitlin were ahead of us, and so they got up to the lake about an hour before us. They had already removed any of the fallen trees out, and so that made the trail for us pretty easy. There was only one set of tracks on the trail, and nobody else was up there because they had to remove trees from the trail in order to get to the lake. So we knew, starting off, that it looked like it was going to be prime for us to have this lake to ourselves. If you've watched my videos by now, you realize that part of my goal in a video is to show you the trail. That way you can make decisions whether or not you are able to get up there with the vehicle and the equipment you have. I have found that it's good to remember that sometimes things look easier on video than they are in person. I've had a couple of people follow some of these trails and break axles and have other problems and say, I didn't know it didn't look like it was that hard, but once I got there it was really hard. So just keep that in mind. Usually things are steeper, rocks are bigger, and everything in person than they look on video. I would rate this trail on a scale of 1 to 5 about a 2.5. In other words, I think you could do it with a stock vehicle and good tires. I don't think a locker is necessary. I don't think that a winch is necessary. But I certainly wouldn't do this trail alone. With as many dead trees and such as there are, I also recommend a chainsaw, because as our adventure continued, removing trees was part of the adventure. a tree out of each window. We're going to go into first gear so we crawl through this so we don't rock into it. Like most roads that we find in these high mountains in Montana, this road actually was created for a purpose. The purpose was Darkhorse Mine, which is like a half mile from Darkhorse Lake. Darkhorse Mine was reported, it started in the 1850s, so we're talking, it was a pretty old mine, and in about 1906 it was producing about 12 tons, it said, of zinc, gold, and also silver and copper. And we know this about Darkhorse Mine. It had a tunnel that they decided to punch through the mountain, a full 2,900 and some odd feet long, at 9,101 feet. It punches through the mountain, 800 feet below the crest, and comes out in Idaho. So that was a way for them to ship ore out easier. So apparently they felt like they could make an easier road on the other side of this mountain range than they could on this one, which you could see that this road was probably very seasonal.
There are times when life makes no sense, when the storm roars louder than the graves, I go running to his presence, to the shelter of his secret place, where the God of heaven stoops to hold me, where the King of the ages knows my name, where his beauty overwhelms my soul, and his great love drives my fears away. In this world there will be trouble, but my Savior's overcome it all, and in him I'll rise with wings like eagles. I stand strongest when to my knees I'll fall.
If you see Sasquatch there, I mean, you never know. He could be out there somewhere.
Sasquatch and our cousins. What?
Yeah?
Yeah.
When we were walking around by a river, we looked up a little bit and Mom and Dad were with us.
Just a word about the ducks. We got one duck and we left it in the window, and then we got ducks and ducks and ducks all summer long. So Catherine put them in the window. They're gone now because they were a little bit of a distraction, but for the grandkids who had been staying with us for like 2 weeks, it was fun to drive around with a bunch of ducks for them. Some more, and then there's a bunch of mining equipment. But the other ones I think are all fallen
Does this town
over.
have a name?
No, I mean this was the Darkhorse mine, so this was their.
Residential area.
Well, this was where the miners lived.
Did you get that one, Grandma?
Oh.
That's a big and nice one. That's the nicest one so far. I bet that. And then I think that's the worst. Right?
Just past the mine is a rough section of road, but my camera apparently quit recording during it. Darkhorse Lake is just stunning to drive up to, and the rest of this video is really dedicated to our camping time and the views and the majesty of this area. The family reunion. I saw him.
Maybe we should go hide in our vehicle.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Nobody's too particular about food being overcooked, so.
What about the dinner?
This is always a possibility whenever you go up in the mountains. What do you think, Catherine?
I think it's not very nice.
How's the food, everybody?
Awesome. Delicious.
The first thing she said when she went looked in the mirror was,
The storm had cleared away for the time being tonight, but it would be back off and on throughout the night, getting rainstorms and windstorms. Our tents held up well, but we woke up to what would be the golden sunset that is just incredible, that happened every morning that we were at the lake.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now found. Was blind, but now I see.
Beginning to look a lot like Christmas, even in the middle of August.
Cookie, put some stuff on it and then.
so basically, Mom, it gets hard when you, like, so you pull it and it's really soft, but then you let go and it gets...
My son-in-law has a Starlink, so we made sure to text my son, who was coming up this day, to bring a chainsaw. And it was a good thing because he wouldn't have made it to the lake without one, because he also had to remove trees that had fallen over in that windstorm that came through during the night.
Hi, come on, Echo.
Echo! Out of the
Get
way.
Just run her over.
It was snowing earlier.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home.
So, I'm fishing. They're paddling. And it's just being gorgeous. So, this morning, it was 32 degrees and snowing, and then it rained, and now it's about 70. So, that's what Montana is. You just never know. You have to always have clothes for every weather, because you don't know what the weather's going to be. So, always remember that if you think you're going to come do some adventures in the high country in Montana. It could snow all 12 months of the year, and probably will. Not all of us do normal Montana things. It's a little cold to be skin diving.
Warmer than his or something.
I guess. I feel like I should get my wetsuit and get out there. But I feel like mine wouldn't. Alright, it's floating away.
I got it. Here comes wind.
Ready? See if I can get it to the shore. No! What is it?
You said you brought out repeaters?
Yes, but they're not charged.
Okay, well, I know where a charger is.
Do you see it?
Well, you just use a phone charger to plug it into
A
the
squirrel.
battery charger. That battery charger is mine. We can all use it because it's the only one that's here. Oh.
She planned on sharing it, but you still need to be grateful about it.
Yeah.
Hello. Where's he in?
Is he coming?
I think he's attaching a lure, maybe.
Okay.
He had a fishing pole.
Gotcha.
Billy Bob.
Oh, real funny, huh? Yeah. That joke never gets old there.
You said your name was Billy Bob.
I did not say that.
You said that your name was Billy Bob, and we should have known it by now.
I've not said that.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Talent right there.
What lake are we at, Azure? Nope. Do you know the name of this lake?
Oh, it's like something now.
Cowbone. Cowbone Lake. It's pretty too.
What temperature do you think this water is? I doubt it. It's cold. It's high mountain lake. You'll tell us when you come out.
There you go. People are taking videos of your butt.
to go with her.
It's okay. It's okay. You're braver than me, that's for sure. This water is cold.
And there's a breeze.
Yep. And there's no nice warm fire to stand next to when he comes out.
And he has to change his clothes
I'll probably jump in the other lake at some point if it's not snowing tomorrow. This one's not quite as pretty, so I'm going to wait for the other one. But
Yeah, maybe not this lake.
Okay.
Not right now. I don't even have a towel.
That's true. Or a fire, right? I think that's pretty wise there. Look at the beautiful flowers. I think this lake is about 8,000 feet, maybe 8,500 feet. I'm not 100% sure. So we did get a little out of breath coming up here.
Oh yeah.
okay.
You gotta get more of an angle on it.
I tripped, and that's why I had a bad angle. I put my foot in a hole.
Oh,
that was
I mean, it's not every day you get to walk in an empty lake.
Man, you guys are raking it
This
in.
is Alpine
Love it,
Lake,
man. A lure.
but flowers. There's a cave across that the kids are going to go see, check out. But I am looking to see if I can find a cool rock, because there used to be water here.
I think there's probably water here every year, but it dries up.
Dries up in the summer. Crazy, man.
All the gold mines in the area.
It's pretty cool.
What are you sitting on?
I am sitting on this amazing heated chair that I got for Christmas from my son, who loves me and knows I hate to be cold. Also gave me these heated or thermal pants. It has a little battery. You can have it on high, medium, or low. Of course, I have it on high, but it heats right here and on where you're sitting. And
Your
it's
butt.
on your butt.
So you're trying to say you have a hot butt?
Sure.
Okay.
And I have good genes.
Oh no! Racist!
Well, that's about it for this video. I decided to split it into two, so part 2 will be coming up. We did have a very eventful trip on the way down with some interesting things that we had to get our vehicles through, and we also went to another lake, Van Houten, and we'll show you Van Houten Lake. I have to say Van Houten that way because I think that must be the way it sounds in Dutch or German or wherever it's from. I hope you enjoy this one. Like and subscribe if you want to continue to see what's going on my channel. I sure appreciate it when you watch. Thanks.